All right. We are live.
I don't see you. Oh, there you are.
There we are. All right, here we go. Here's the intro.
All right, sounds good.
You've arrived at the Texas to Tennessee Podcast, your home for your favorite independent artists and a couple of guys you've never heard of.
Who?
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me. You were unlike anything.
Howdy, folks. You have arrived at the Texas to Tennessee Podcast. Welcome in. It's Wednesday here. I don't know what it is where you are, but we're glad to have you. What's good, Soul Gravy?
Oh, I'm doing good, doing good. We've had some exciting announcements or whatnot going on the last couple days. So
Absolutely.
it's been cool to see the reaction as far as from us taking the pod down to mile zero, which is going to be cool and exciting. And then and this Steph McGuire's officially put on her socials that she was going to come on as a host of the pod. So
Very excited about that.
Cool things going on for sure.
Steph's great, and good news, I just ordered my sunblock for mile zero, so looking forward to it.
I'll have to remember to do that. That's not something I'm used to having in the bag in January. So.
Right, for sure. Well, excited to be here tonight, folks. If you are on YouTube, we greatly appreciate you joining us. If you're on Facebook, we dig you over there too. We tend to monitor the chat on YouTube a little bit better. So if you have a question that you would like to ask tonight, that would be a great place to join us. And feel free to subscribe if you'd like. It's free. Mm-hmm. But I want to welcome in Lee from the Red 78's. How are you, sir?
How's it going? I'm doing good.
It's good to
Glad
see
to
you.
be here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you again, man.
Yeah, great to have you here. We are going to start off by putting the ball in your court. If you don't mind, just giving us a little bit of your backstory, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. So Lee Tyler, and I'm from Ada, Oklahoma, and, I'm in a little old red dirt rock band called the Red 78's. Don't play a lot of covers, though. A lot of people kind of get mad at us for that, but we got a bunch of original songs, and man, is really not much to say other than, we're just a band that's trying to make it out in the world and make a change.
Nice. There it is. Nice. Well, thank you for the intro. Soul Gravy and I are going to take this moment to dig into Ada, Oklahoma a little bit. So I'm going to give a little info about your hometown, and then we're going to quiz Soul Gravy on the most famous folks other than y'all from Ada. So Ada is between Dallas and Oklahoma City, about 20 minutes to the east of I-35. I'm thinking 20, maybe 30. I don't know. It's not far off of I-35. It's the county seat of Pontotoc County. Does that sound right? Pontotoc. All right,
yeah,
we're going to go with that. Population of the 2020 census was just over 16,000 folks. So, so maybe that's better than some of our recent
better than my town
populations. Yeah. So I've got confidence in you tonight.
Right.
I will say there is a little bit of a trend with some of the most famous folks from Ada. So you might pick it up. It could be a good guess as you go through if you are not super familiar with some of these folks, but just keep that in mind. All right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
Go, folks. First famous person from Ada, Oklahoma. His name is Nick Blackburn.
I don't know if I'm familiar with Nick.
Nick used to be starting pitcher for the Minnesota Twins.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, I feel like you got a shot at this one. Dan Cody.
Man, I don't. I've heard that name and I don't know why.
Linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens.
I wasn't right. No.
Okay.
So.
Yep. All right.
Sorry, Dan.
Let's go with Jeff Carpenter. This one's a little bit tougher, but it's got a great description. So
Is it Matt Carpenter's brother?
I mean, that's not a horrible guess because I think Matt's from Stillwater, so that's a pretty good guess, actually.
I didn't know that, but we'll roll with it.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I did. All right.
Musician, songwriter with the all Native American orchestral rock band Ingenuity.
Love the name. Okay.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
That's clever.
All right. Douglas Edwards.
I don't think I'm familiar with Doug's work.
Doug holds a prominent place in history. He was the first television network anchor for CBS, but for any broadcasting, but for CBS specifically.
Okay.
So, it's kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one you got. Mark Gastineau.
Why do I? Oh God, I'm not. Yeah, I'm going blank.
Mark Gastineau was part of the New York Sack Exchange. Played for the Jets. Joe Klecko on one end. Big in the '80s, so a little before your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. Great football player. Monty Hale.
I'm not doing too good on tonight's thing, but
Tough one.
Yeah. That's all right. What's up with Monty?
Monty was, if you saw his picture, I think there's a decent chance you might recognize him. He was literally in every Western from like
I understand
20s to the 50s. Like he has a very recognizable face. From Ada.
Okay. Come on.
All right. We'll keep going.
Yeah. I'm looking up his face.
See if that helps.
Yeah, but go ahead. You can continue on.
Okay. Josh Fields.
I don't think I'm familiar with. Is he related to Justin Fields?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But that's a good guess. He is of the sports ball variety.
Sports ball. Okay. All right.
A lot of athletes.
Yeah. Is he a baseball player?
He is. That's your best guess, just because there's more baseball players than pretty much anything else. But
okay,
he, really good infielder. Played. I think he's retired now, but he played for the Chicago White Sox.
Okay.
So, shout out to Josh.
He had a lot of tough years, but
all right. This one you've had before, and I can't understand exactly why you've had it before. But
that's what I can't. I don't know why I've heard the town name before. That's
well, it is the home of the Sooner State Open. So shout out to Ada.
Okay.
Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts was. I think he was a baseball player, but no.
Oral Roberts.
Who am I thinking of?
Evangelist. He's the one who founded Oral Roberts University in Tulsa.
That's right. That's a damn college. I shouldn't say damn and that college at the same time, but sorry.
Yep, fair enough. All right, we have a couple more. You're going to get these last two, so I'm super excited. Okay. Blake Shelton.
I think that's actually why I've heard the town name. Okay.
There you go.
Yes,
we figured it out.
I'm familiar with Blake Shelton's work, yes.
Give me one Blake Shelton song.
Well, I was thinking Honeybee, but that's not even my favorite one.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, that's the first one that came to mind.
Okay, that's fair. And then last but not least, Jeremy Shockey.
I'm familiar with Jeremy Shockey. Was a tight end for the New York Giants.
He was
in the, I guess, early 2000s, I think.
Yes. So, congrats, Soul Gravy, strong finish.
And the Saints.
Oh, you know what? I got two more.
Oh.
And you know what? We're just going to end it there. We're going to end on a strong note. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Well done. Folks, tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Where in the world is Soul Gravy? We'll find out. So, all right. Lee, tell us. So this is the weird, I don't know. There's a bunch of weird questions tonight, but this one is the weirdest one to start off with. It's called the pie question. Okay. And we're going to give you a pie. It's a musical pie. We're going to ask you to divide it into 4 sections. Those 4 sections are songwriting or song creation, performance, recording, and then everything else that doesn't necessarily fit into one of those three categories that you probably spend a lot of time doing with your music business. Everything from making sure the vehicle runs to social media to booking to managing everything that needs to get done. So which one of those four pies would you say maybe you feel the most at home at, of those four pieces?
Definitely the social media part.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm constantly making sure that the band looks good, and if the band looks good on social media, then you're gonna gain a lot of traction just from that alone.
For sure. Did you know like how much social media was going to be involved when you had the idea of like, hey, we should start playing out and we should start this music thing?
No, it's fun because when we first started the band, I always had the idea like I gotta have a TikTok way of thinking. But then we went into the studio and we made a song, Miss Baby, and the guys were like, "Oh, well, we need to shoot a music video for this." And I'm like, "We're broke. Like, what are we gonna do?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll just buy $100 gimbal." And because I had the newest phone at the time, they're like, "We'll just shoot it on a phone."
Yeah.
And so, literally, our first and second music video is just me, like getting all the shots. And like I told the guys, it's like I didn't think I'd be a videographer and a social media guy on top of
Right.
managing. It's like it's a lot that goes into it.
Well, it sure is. Out of the other three categories musically, where do you sit, or what do you call home out of songwriting, recording, and performing? Where's the one section where you go, okay, this is where I am?
Oh, that has to be recording. Like I
Okay.
love it. It's going in there and finally getting to hear your song get shaped into something just musically awesome. Like that's home.
And then in terms of recording, have you had one specific, I guess, studio that you've been working with, or are you kind of moving around to different studio situations, or what?
Well, we kind of moved around in the beginning. Um, we went through Shady Neighbor Records, Trent Bell Studio, and our last stop was actually down in around Tyler, Texas. Can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but currently we're recording our first album in our home studio. Went and totally remodeled our shop and got everything insulated, good to go, and yeah, we're
Nice.
about to record out there for now.
Exciting. What were some of the things? I'm sure you picked up some. You don't have to give all the inside baseball, but what were some of the things that you picked up along the way? Obviously, that's a big financial step of converting part of your where you live into a studio. But what were some of the things that you picked up along the way? Maybe things that you didn't know going in about the whole recording process.
Oh man, honestly, it's just been kind of a like do it, see what happens, and then just kind of go from there. My rhythm guitarist, Miles, he's kind of been involved with the studio things and everything like that. So he just came up to us and he goes, "Well, like, I don't know why we're going to the studio." He's like, "Man, I could do this at home and make it sound twice as good." So we were like, "All right, man." So, we just kind of had the notion where I'd be the ear and he'd be the engineer. And so pretty excited about it. We just now cut, uh, we're doing some scratch tracks so we can, overdub everything, get everything nice and tight and stuff. So we're to the point now to where we don't quite know exactly how it's going to all come out yet, but we're pretty
Sure.
excited for it.
Do you have a rough timeline on you talking about this project? Do you have a rough timeline on when you are kind of targeting this album to come to light?
Yeah, man. We're trying to target for February. We're
Okay.
not too sure how that's, because like I said, we just now started. We actually just got the studio built like last month too, so
Okay.
kind of been on a time crunch.
Yep. Understandable. Well, I know. I think for especially newer acts, like understanding the timeline of trying to get music out and all the, you as you mentioned, social media and it's easy.
Yep.
It's never easy to put out an album, but then also thinking about all the things that you want to do to try to promote that album, um, prior to putting it out, but then also once it gets out and pushing that to all the right places can be tricky. Have you spent much time thinking about how you want to promote the album?
Yeah, actually, I spend a lot of time doing research like on TikTok and what kind of brings people's attention and stuff like that. So uh, I'm basically gonna, whenever the album starts, whenever it gets finished, I'm gonna just take it and just kind of push little videos here and there. And then from there, man, I'm just gonna try to get us on the radio on as many different radio stations as I possibly can. But really, all my sources and tools kind of lie on my phone, and it's just I just got to kind of work with what I got right now.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
You brought up radio, so I'll ask a little bit about that. We don't actually tend to talk a ton about radio, not on
No.
purpose, but do you have any local, Oklahoma radio stations where you feel like you would like to hear your music?
Not necessarily. I mean, kind of like you said, like no one really talks about radio stations anymore. It's not a, everybody's just glued to the phone, so it's kind of it's radio's kind of like a dinosaur nowadays, man. So I mean, we got hometown. We got the Cat 100.5. I don't know if you
Okay.
heard of that or not.
No.
Yeah, no, we've actually been on there a few times
Oh, nice.
as the previous band name.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, that probably is a good jumping off point to ask you a little bit about the rebranding. So, anything that you can share with us about the new name, or kind of maybe what went into the decision? Because I know that was something that you spent some time thinking about.
Yeah, man. Uh, I didn't really think we were going to do it. We've talked about it multiple times, but then finally one day, I just kind of had this wild notion in my head that was like, you better do something different or you're not going to go anywhere. And the reason this kind of all came to light is because, well, a couple of reasons. One of which, when we first started the band, um, it was about three-ish years ago. It was Hammer Lane Hippies. And so anytime anybody would be like, what's your band name? I'd go, Hammer Lane Hippies. And they'd go, what? I'm like, I'm like, all right. So then I have to repeat myself, and it just
Right.
kind of became like a hassle to even like say the name. But another reason, man, is, we didn't really realize going into it at first how much a name can kind of impact the way people perceive your music. Because
Sure.
I mean, nowadays, in my opinion, people tend to read the book by the cover and then decide if they want to listen to it or not.
Right.
But
Hmm.
so I wanted to go for something that was very neutral, something that would invite everybody in. We got a lot of songs that are about mental awareness. Your girlfriend broke up with you, and all you got is a bottle and some smokes, and so that's kind of the vibe of our music. But
Right.
so yeah, going into that new name change, I just wanted to make sure, the Red 78's, the red stands for Red Dirt, and the 78's is a 78 record. So
Yep. Yep. Well, I dig it. I think it's a great name, and I know it's tough to anytime you go through a rebranding. Um, Not necessarily on this podcast, but it wasn't too long ago that we had Mike from Silverado on, and
oh yeah,
think about how many miles they had under their old
Uh-huh.
band
yeah,
name.
Weren't they 13 years in or something like that?
Yeah, probably at least. Yeah, for sure. So,
Wow.
I think it's probably smart to get that settled at this point than as opposed to having to deal with it down the road. So kudos to you guys for being comfortable with change, and I think that's something that's pretty prevalent in the industry. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And thanks,
good for
man.
you.
Yeah, that's
You-
I was gonna say that's gotta be a I don't know, it'll be a rewarding thing at some point, but it's got to be pretty nerve wracking too, because like
Oh,
we've been
very.
through that even just in the bar band world, because there's always the people that don't agree with what you're doing, friends
Yep.
and family that don't get what you're doing, and just you just never know how it's all
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
go, but if you don't follow your own gut, then what are you what are you doing, right? So
It felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders when I
really,
was changing the name and logo. I mean, it's also too, it was very terrifying because, there's a lot of little things that go into rebranding a band, especially after 3 years. I mean, I can't imagine Mike and the Moonpies after 13,
right?
like, but yeah, it was definitely a weight lifted off. It feels great.
Good.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you have anybody as far as even from the rebrand to the studio stuff? Did you have anybody that y'all been bouncing ideas off of or leaning on? You're trying to do a lot of DIY stuff. Have you had anybody like that you've been able to talk to?
Yeah, man. A few people actually. Um, Three of which I have in mind right now is one of them being from the Damn Quails.
Okay.
Caleb Sherdam. He's a real good buddy of mine, and he's actually from the same town as I am, and uh, he had gave me the opportunity to run merch for the Quails for a little bit, and just from the little time that I was running merch for them, the amount of things that I learned being on the road in general, it was it helped me a ton from how to make sure your merch looks amazing when the people walk in to how you present yourself on stage. I mean, and he actually was our producer slash engineer on our first EP that we released as the Hammerland Hippies, and so I got to go in there, and then he was, of course, with me, you almost got to like beat my head in before something sticks. But he was always trying to show me like, what sounds good, what he uses. But another person that I have in mind would be Bill Corbin. That dude has been in my corner for a long time now, and here recently he's definitely been helping me out, making some decisions and trying to, get my way in basically.
Well, I mean, I don't know Bill super well, but I know that he's been a part of a bunch of different extremely cool projects and probably seen just about everything between studio work and being on the road and the changes of the music business from one point to another and everything in between and from every vibe I get from Bill is he's going to try to lead you in the right direction as best he can. So, which is
Oh
extremely
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and extremely large too. I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Yeah, if he only took better care of himself. Come on
yeah, I
now,
know.
Right,
Well,
yeah.
if
step it
you
up,
start
Bill.
out with Bill as an advisor, you're in pretty good shape. So
Yeah, it's cool. That's cool to hear that. Honestly, from an outsider. Yeah, I've heard. I believe it was Summer Dean who was talking about Bill kind of taking care of a lot of different artists with training plans and things to that nature. Which is like I said, when you start talking to people and you start hearing something similar about people, then it's extremely legit then coming from all these different folks. So that's cool to hear. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna come. You want me to ask another question? All right. So, w- did you start out doing the cover band stuff, or were you wanting to do original music from the get go?
Yeah, from when we
From jump?
first started it, yeah, from the very beginning, man. Because
That
3
doesn't
years
always happen
ago,
though. That's cool.
yeah, I mean, I've been doing this since I was 12 at least. At the age of actually 11, I got to open up for Stony LaRue, Blue Edmondson, a bunch of different guys like that at the Arbuckle Ballroom, and that was really where I started out. And so from that point on, which I started writing songs at that point, but those are songs that I would never perform today. But that was where I just kind of knew, like, I don't want to be anything but myself. I don't want to sing anything but my own stuff.
Did that you think you being so young, trying to do originals from the beginning, you think that kind of got you in some doors or in connections with maybe other artists, respect, because that's not always easy to push your own music, and if you started doing that at an early age, I would think that would earn some kudos from folks in the business.
Man, you would think it would, but honestly, there was a time in that point where everything just kind of shut down.
Hmm.
My dad stopped doing music completely, and he was my way in. And so when he stopped doing music, I stopped doing music, and it wasn't until I graduated, looked in the mirror, and I was like, I'm a musician. I'm like, I'm gonna go do something about this. And dude, I had to start from the ground up, and it's been a journey.
Hmm.
I'm sure half of those guys don't even remember me. I was just this little chunky kid.
Yeah, but I mean, I would think you've kind of already. I know you got to recalibrate, but you already kind of proved that you could do it to some point. You know what I mean? You've
Yeah.
already you at least within yourself, you got a foundation already there. But again, I'm sure that's another one of those moments that's a little nerve wracking and scary and all whatever. But it's great that you made that choice, because trying to be somebody else usually doesn't work out too well. So
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, never, man.
Steve, I think we should we're about at a halftime. What?
Yeah.
He's smirking.
Bill was just texting.
Uh-oh.
So I was going to tell him that you were on now. So if you want to come join.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
let's take a listen to your single. Kind of give us a little rundown on the song we're going to listen to.
Man, if I had to put The Edge in a nutshell, it'd be a man trying to find a way out.
Okay. All right.
That sounds familiar, Gravy.
I'm lost. I need a way out. All right. All right, y'all.
All right, let's give it a listen.
Here we go.
Awesome.
Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you feel me? Take it easy. Would you say little whisper underneath your breath? Got me obsessed. I say yeah. I'm so close to the end. I say yeah. Help me to just confuse me, then lose me. Can you say that you love me for eternity? You and me. I'll say I'm so close to the end. I'll say help me to forget. Too many nights out, too many nights out on the edge. Too many nights out, too many demons in my head, in my head. I'm so close to the end. I say help me to forget.
Yeah.
Who was playing keys there?
John Knutson.
Shout out to John. John's out there just I can see it in my head, just out there tearing it up. That was it was all great, but yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I was very thankful. He came into the studio and man, he just comes in with the bag. He goes, "All right, I'm ready." It's like, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, great sound, which leads me to a question. So when you play live, people come up to you afterwards, and invariably they're going to tell you who they think you
I was
sound
trying
like.
to think of it the whole time, and I just
My God.
I couldn't.
I've heard so many things. I've had one guy come up to me and he goes, "Anyone tell you that you remind them of Billy Squire?" I'm like, "No."
Ooh,
Like, yeah. And then
Take it. You could do way worse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I was I was like really like happy to hear this one because I have this certain style of like moving around. Like I just cannot stay still on stage. And this one chick comes up to me and she goes, "You remind me of Elvis." And I was like, "The king."
Oh, hey.
I was like, "All right, I will take that. Thank you very much."
Yeah.
Now, I don't sound like the king at all.
Well, I mean, you pick up certain things. Maybe there's what is it? Elvis had distinct movements, so shout out to her.
One of the things I kept hearing, and it's not exact by any means, but the was like hints of the Miles Kennedy stuff that he does with Slash, not necessarily the Alter Bridge stuff, but the other stuff that got a little bit more of the I don't know classic rock sort of feel to it. But
Yeah,
but I couldn't like that. That's still like a small percentage. But I like honestly being able to listen to something like that and not nail it towards one certain person. That means it's y'all, which
100%.
is great.
thank you.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're on
that's
sound.
exactly what we're shooting for.
There is a band called I don't know if you're familiar with them. There's a band called Goodbye June.
Hmm.
Um, I got a little taste of that.
That's
Like
true.
I feel if I was seeing y'all live, I'd be kind of in the same space. But different vocals for sure. But the band
Music
kind of
vibe,
gave
yeah.
that feel. So, yep, for sure. So good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about being out on the road. What's a target for y'all? How many shows do you want to play in a given year? What are you kind of targeting for this upcoming year?
As many as possible.
Okay, so just gonna get out and play wherever they're
Yeah,
gonna take you.
yeah. Well, so since the rebrand, we're kind of at a standstill right now because for the people that aren't in the band and don't know this, we have to have what's called the press pack. We got to have all the nooks and crannies filled and ready to go for a
Sure.
venue to want to book us. So
Right.
we're waiting on that right now. We're about to go actually take some new band pictures Tuesday, so it's gonna be. I'm excited for
Oh,
that.
cool.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But once we get that, I asked my guys. I was like, listen, you know, uh, I'm gonna tell my guy that books us like book as much as possible. Like, are y'all good with that? And he was like, yeah, we're good. Let's do this. And I was like, all
Yeah.
right, here we go. Don't say I didn't warn you.
So you have somebody that's booking for you right now?
Sort of, kind of. So,
Yeah.
we recently, our original drummer had to step down from his position. And so we actually filled it with a really great guy named Tommy Robson. He's the dude behind the sticks now. But
Okay.
Gavin, he has a lot of experience in managing, email. He's like a good salesman, basically. So
Gotcha.
he basically took the role of the booker and the manager area. So
Nice.
not with
Well,
us, but still with us.
yeah, no,
Well,
that's
yeah,
a huge
that's probably
gift.
yeah. That's what I was going to say. That there's you're familiar with each other already. He understand like if somebody doesn't know you, you know what I mean. It's good to have somebody on your team that they know what you're shooting for instead of going with somebody a complete
Yeah.
stranger. That's
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
And then, Lee, from a booking standpoint, are you? I mean, is it carte blanche in terms of wanting to go play everywhere, or are you trying to stay specifically Oklahoma, Texas, or
For
what's the?
for the meantime, we think we're going to start in Texas and kind
Okay,
of work our way from there, Get a good
gotcha.
base in Texas started, and then obviously Oklahoma. But we went to South Dakota last year, and that was pretty
Okay,
fun. So hope to get back down or up there again, man. It was
yeah,
beautiful up there.
go there in the summer.
Yeah,
Just a little.
yeah,
I mean, I've been around a long time. It's a pro tip there. Um,
yeah.
so I guess then the next question is, in terms of touring and if you could kind of hand pick some bands, we like to speak things into existence. So if you could
Oh,
hand pick a
absolutely.
few bands that you would like to potentially open for, you think you would be like a good fit for, who would that be?
American Aquarium is my number
Okay,
one.
Hmm.
Um,
nice.
Obviously, I mean, we're manifesting this, but Tyler Childers, come on. You know what I
Also
mean?
great. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Man, Brent Cobb too. I really dig him. He's a good dude.
Who?
Brent
Yeah. I mean,
Cobb.
I'm kidding. Yeah,
I think
that's an
a,
inside
a,
joke. Sorry.
a third of the year with each of those, it gets you some ears
Yeah, definitely.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So,
And especially American Aquarium plays enough shows that
Yeah.
they play a shit ton of shows, so you would the chances would be even more
Yeah, I
with
seen
BJ and the
BJ.
boys.
He's going to overseas to do a little acoustic gig in Ireland and Switzerland and stuff. So, man, he stays busy.
He
Yeah,
does.
definitely,
He does for
definitely.
sure. Folks,
Since
go back and check out episode number
I'll let you
whatever.
know.
Yeah, when BJ was on, and I
Mhm.
think we might see him down a mile zero too. So it's
And Bill.
exciting. Yeah, for sure. And Bill. Yep.
Yep.
Episode 6, 8, whatever that was.
Yep, it was way early on with Bill.
Back when we were just kids.
Yeah, back when we had I rebranded. Speaking of rebrand, I read the rebrand or didn't have to, but we did. We made the decision to rebrand the podcast way early on too. And Bill was episode 4, by the way.
Episode
Which
4.
is,
All
which
right.
is
I knew it was
yeah,
an
that's
even number.
crazy to think about, honestly. Anyway,
Right.
and but as far as all those folks you were naming, I think that would be a great fit. I would also like to throw in Whiskey Myers. I think it would be a hell of a fit
Yeah,
for
yeah.
y'all.
How could I forget about Whiskey, man?
That's where I saw Goodbye June. Talbot. I think
Oh,
we
okay.
talked about that before. But let's
Yeah.
and BJ, I'm doing my research on the fly.
Oh,
It was 67, which is still impressive that BJ would even
yeah.
come on
It's
at that
a
point in
while
time.
ago. Yeah, for sure. It's about time to have him back on.
Sounds great. um, so if we were to ask y'all, for one, make sure y'all go follow the guys on all their socials and everything. Wherever you stream your music, hit the follow button. They've got music out there already, but they're gonna have more. What you said in springtime is the kind of what you're shooting for, late winter, early
Yes,
spring.
sir.
So I mean, go wherever you stream your music, go hit that follow button so you'll know when that music hits. But fast forward, 5-10 years, and you've made it. What does you've made it look like to you?
Me making it, honestly, in my head, looks like touring all the time, all over the place, doing festivals, doing, like my dream, honestly, for Oklahoma, like an Oklahoma place I want to play is the BOK Center. That's like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
I go there, I made it. It's like, yep, all right, we're here.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I'm not familiar. Where's that place, Steve?
Tulsa.
Oh, okay, I got you. 'Cause I immediately thought of
It's
Oklahoma City Thunder. So but I didn't think that was the name of that arena.
No, that is it's named after
Paycom?
Paycom.
Paycom.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
was some
I've
financial.
seen the Thunder beat the Grizzlies ass enough to know what arena that is.
to remember that. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Oklahoma City's kind of beaten everybody. So
Yeah,
shout out.
not as much lately, but anyway.
Yeah.
I don't
Pretty
mind.
solid.
Mm-hmm.
BOK is like less than 2 miles from Canes and less than 2 miles from
I got
the
you.
Mercury. It's kind
One
of
of
right
these
in the
days, I'm
middle
going to
of
see all
downtown.
that. So
Yeah, yep, we'll get you up there.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I think it's time to do a little rapid fire. So these are all questions that are not incredibly difficult. You don't have to put a ton of thought in, but just kind of what first comes to your head. So
Okay.
we're going to start off with what is your favorite chord?
Chord. A minor.
Yes. A minor. All right. There we
All right.
go. All right.
Mhm.
I like it.
Sad.
Solid
It's
answer.
good. Mm-hmm.
I assume that you listen to Spotify. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Any idea what was on your Spotify Wrapped? I think it came out within the last 30 days or so. I only get asked this seasonally, so I'm excited to ask it.
It would have to be "Happy Together" by the Turtles.
Okay.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. So specifically a song. Were there any bands that kind of repeated or were high on your
We're in your
Spotify
top
Wrapped
5.
list?
Yeah.
Zach Top. He was my number one.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Zach Top.
Mm-hmm.
They call him Mr. Saturday
I
Night.
like that. You know, the song that you named and the artist that you name is not what I would envision when I listen to your song, which is that
No,
again I
that's
like
great.
that's cool. Mm-hmm.
All right, good answer. Lee, you in this scenario, this hypothetical scenario, you get to start a podcast, which I'm sure is high on your list of things that you want to do. But I'm curious, who would be your first musical guest? Who would be somebody that you would like to have on as your first guest?
James Hetfield.
Oh, all right, there we go.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can't ask you this one because you're not old enough, so I'm going to move on to the next question. If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
Oh man. I'd probably honestly be a firefighter right now.
Okay. Very noble profession for sure. All right, you're going to have dinner with one historical figure. Doesn't have to be musical. It can be anybody dead or alive. Who are you breaking bread with?
John Lennon.
John Lennon. All right, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've got questions for John Lennon, so
Yeah,
let me know
definitely.
if that happens. I have a few. Ideal green room. I know you've seen probably both ends, but what would your ideal green room include?
A nice, comfortable couch, and
Fair.
that's kind of a tricky one. But let's just go with couches, flat screens, and beer in the fridge.
Okay, nice. What's the? I mean, there's sponsorship opportunities available in case anybody's watching. But what's the preferred beverage?
Preferred beverage? Oh man, when I was really, I don't know why I said beer. Honestly, it's more like liquid death nowadays. But yeah, if you go back to the drinking days, though, it'd definitely be Coors, Yellow Bellies, all the way. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. We're still open for sponsorship as well, folks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed when you ask that question. How many people say a couch? You know what I mean? Because like you would, as an outsider, you would just assume that the couch would be a given. But I've seen a
Not
few
always.
green. I've seen a few, and now that when you ask those questions, I'm like, damn, they didn't have a couch,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
or a TV
Yeah,
for
it's
that
wild.
matter on one of them.
All right, this one I think might be interesting. I want to know what your first concert you attended, and then I also want to know the first concert that you paid money to go see.
Okay. Really, I've never paid for a concert. I've always just kind of like been lucky
Awesome.
enough to go. But the first concert that I actually ever went to was a Chevelle concert at the Diamond Ballroom.
There's
Oh, nice.
badass 3-piece band for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and
get those guys.
they threw everybody off because at the end of the show they were like, "All right, bye," and everyone's like, "You're not gonna play the Red?" And then they just walk out and they just I was like, "Oh god." It was insane.
That's awesome. Do you remember? Did they have an opener?
I don't think we got there in time. We got there like right as they were about to go
They were
on,
starting.
and
Yeah.
then
Makes
and then we weaseled our way all the way up. But
Nice. Well done. All right. You've already told us what your bucket list venue inside the state of Oklahoma is. So why don't we do, since we're neighbors, why don't we do your bucket list venue inside the state of Texas and then one outside of Oklahoma and Texas?
oh man, honestly, right now, it would be awesome to get into Groon Hall.
Hmm.
That's probably
Yeah,
the
for sure.
top.
Okay. Yep.
Um,
That would be a fun one.
Outside of Texas, Oklahoma, really, I can't think of a venue in particular, but Mile Zero, that'd be awesome to
that'd be
go
fun
on one
too.
day. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sounds like fun. All
Yeah, we
right.
should try it.
Yeah, we definitely should.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have an answer to this, but I want to hear your answer.
Okay.
And this was volunteered out of the chat tonight. But if you could add your music to any soundtrack, movie, TV, whatever, video game, I don't care, whatever. What would you add your music to?
Any Quentin Tarantino movie.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solid. Feel like that's
Mhm.
going to be viewed by a lot of people, so it's a good answer.
Mhm.
I had Sons of Anarchy.
Oh
Feel
yeah.
like that last song would fit well
Mhm.
on there, but
Yeah, kind of like in a standoff scene.
100%. 100%.
Shout out
Last
to
movie that you saw in a, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say shout out to the
Go
chat
ahead.
too. It's been folks commenting different things throughout the whole thing. So appreciate the folks watching and listening. And one of the comps that the chat mentioned was Brother Kane, early Brother Kane albums. I don't know if you remember them or not, but that was actually my first rock concert. Candlebox and Brother Kane. So
Oh, nice.
Nice.
shout out to at a
You made it
fair
back.
at a Mid-South. So there was like sheep and pigs, Candlebox and Brother Kane. But whatever.
Sounds like a fun Saturday. All right. Nice.
In the city of Memphis,
All right.
which makes it even
This is like
crazier.
Yeah, that's nuts. All right, so I feel like you maybe gave us a hint on this one already, but if I say the words "sad song," what song comes to your brain?
Ooh. Mama, I'm Coming Home, Ozzy Osbourne.
Okay.
Okay, all right, yeah, absolutely. Didn't see that coming, but yeah, I dig it. All right, you get to have one sponsor. So one sponsor for your tour, for your band. Who is it going to be?
Liquid Death, all the way.
Liquid Death. Nice. Speaking these things into existence. All right, folks, that was rapid fire.
I'm gonna
Great
have to
job,
report
Lee.
back on that. I've never had one.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to try
Oh,
it.
you haven't?
I don't know why, but
I'll buy you
haven't.
one. I'll buy you one at Mile Zero.
You're
They're
gonna
not
record me
unhealthy.
taste-
So.
But yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything that has death in the title, I'm good for. Whatever.
All right, cool. All right, well, folks, that was rapid fire. We are setting up for the one power. I like to call it the power question.
Okay.
That
sounds
this
good.
Is Soul Gravy's question that he's asked in every episode since episode 1. It started as a joke, but it's a very real question. Soul Gravy, that's all yours.
That's a great intro. Thank you. I've never been set up for the question before. It was
Here to
very
help.
professional. All right. What is your favorite Little Debbie snack? I know that's a really tough, hard-hitting question, but that's what we do here.
Zebra cakes, all the way.
Okay. That's the OG
Zebra
Christmas
cakes
tree
and-
cakes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been on a run lately.
Or the
I'm curious to
oatmeal
see-
pies.
Yeah, no, also
Yeah.
good. But I feel like once we get further away from Christmas, we're going to see a dip in the popularity of that
Okay,
answer.
we'll
but
we'll
see.
have the research crew
Intern.
keep up with that. Yeah, we'll report back
Awesome.
mid year.
Fantastic. Lee, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really
Thank
enjoyed
y'all.
getting to chat with you. Please make sure you go follow wherever you steal music, hit that little follow button, especially with the rebrand. Every single follower makes a difference. So appreciate that. Y'all take care. We'll see you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. Got a special 3-show week next week, 8 p.m. Central Time. Same place, same bat channel. See y'all.
See ya.